Half a day, buenas dan saludo para todo do semana kung binigi programan Marianas Agupa. Ang sábado talo Stefanielos ginini oran alas 9 gagan, este oran alas 11. Undang kululu na kulo para todo do samso ne mani kung binigi 100.3 FM. Rito tumbo stigi un senmin na kapasidad elektrisidad gayri dumadod ka na papa tinian luta jam para todo sa dun mani luta gwena og islang Guam. Spesyal na kulo para todo do samjo para todo si manggay gilog sa Estados Unidos ginin Honolulu, California, Oregon, Washington State, Idaho, manggay sa Utah, Arizona, Mexico, imanggay gilog sa Texas, gagi siya naman iluta sa Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Washington, D.C., Dong Kululu na si Jus Masi. Saludo dyan felicitasyon in extended de Hudzo para tulodo samzo. Gininigadbo na Islands Marianas, ginigigadbo na Islands Saipan, Papa tinian talo dyan luta. Saludo para tulodo samzo, Paugo na dia, Febrero dia 15, 2025. Después de mafanyangon Jesu Cristo. Dahil trongkon Sibukaw na paratakkalangit pa ako na Sabalo. Ngaman malefa. Meron na trongko wida na mausa para amot. Antisa, dita pansige mo na geometric esti makinata. Malazat na lang kululu na agradecimiento. Isigenti siya na komisyanti. Kwetpo na kumakat sumo na programata finini na anonymous donor down kululu na si Jus Masi. Maski 15 años na katsui programan Marianas Agupa Diabetes Prevention Foundation, si Zeus Masing Taber Foundation, dylantaber.com, si Zeus Masing. Wala, zatapan sige mo na bini, sa gwalo ko bini nagkomisyante, gumayga bini gislata sa Ipan, Bravo Pharmacy and Wellness Center. Time check, para pa ako na Sabalo. Alright. Bravo Pharmacy and Wellness Center. Wala, datapan sige mo na gini. Subukan iprogramata. Talang lo sa Stephanie Luz na bonitong mensahe talo. Alright. Wala pandata. Alright, pues bala data pansige mo na gini data na loki saludo. Garapan Public Farmers Market ipresente pa ko panilos manggaygi siya lansiruta taw-taw ta man mangi siya pinatinas niya gini nilanso Farmers Market garapan gagi gumban na loki Sabalo Farmers Market gisanijong kung man balifa ng bisita gwate din sagi ato siya manggaygi man mafafata kada Sabalo stigin ni oran alas 6 hasta oran alas 2 kita luwani yung banda lunes hasta Viernes Texi Leroy garapan public market lokwe manggaygi siya gwi kiniset sa nilanso dinigi tasasangan na no farm no food no future kung man malifa na nigi nagaygi Putsudo. Masya mao na nasyon uno na mas unraw ni mas takfi na industriya panielos. Si Jules Masi italo po din daw. Bisita ko ato i Garapan Public Farmers Market. Lokwi naging ko ha problema i air conditioning karita mo mga man malefa na bisita ko ato si Jaime gagiha gitatin i Spice Store Garapan Ace Air Conditioning. Di manggay siya i kapasidad na siya maaligra i karita mo air conditioning. Hanggang mga ko na ba na might be sa jangin Tio Nalegra, pues siya daw kuloy problema maski kareta, pues bisita siya ay medon sa ngani na hung esti na mensahe gini ni programan Marianas Agupa. Alright? Wala, sa fansigya mo nagwini. Zagin bumiyaha papa duta, mga malefa natin saga, Gikoro Garden Rota Hotel. Check si Kindok, sino si Rit, gaya, Gikantun Tasi. Mga man malefa nila. Alright? Wala, sa sigya mo na sumukan, Afanelos, sa Lokwi. Di siya man malifid na Joten Market sa department stores. Alright? Nagigita sa sangan celebrating 75 years of serving the people of the CNMI. Shop local shop Joten. Malak talang no siya, no? Alright, pasinigyan na Fanelos malak talang nos Fanestin na Klema. Okay. Kung si Klema para pa ako na Sabado 80, na ipagay gradua Fanelos, pagod kita luanes te. Kalanggay giha mapagay siya hatatampi at daw gigo ha matmata. Zaw matalag papa gumay gigweno gi 80%. Kau para tantan wi itsan pago na Sabado. Sinya ha dididi za humananawa este. Polo menos 8% ha sansanya. Hunggan mandang sungit para pa na Sabado imang lulokwe ginin hadza logo lutsan gi 13 mizas gi ora. Kinakasweno zan mapatumagin no ginin ni Joten Market sa department stores shop logo shop Joten nga mamali fanino. Right? Kasi nige no afanilos para pa na Sabado la gata fansigya mo na este sumukan lokwe talag no sistema na informasyon na mapatumagis ti ginin i natibonmarianas.org. Alright. Wala datan na hudon faniste. Anunsyo, grupon diksyonaryo sa kulturan na kibo Marianas or Armaso Marianas. Watson nago paroma anunsya lain sa moro English na diksyonaryo es tagay gigi online inatibonmarianas.org. Itsetsu sigiha mo na maumentase es nakiusin punmazan. Todos nagpakumbibida para mabisita inatibonmarianas.org. Anay sinya untungo mas kinin itutuon niyan por lo menos 15 años malufan. Mas ki siento na taw-taw man masapit po este itsetsu diksyonaryon sa moro. Anunsyo. Alright. Mga mamalefa Fanielos nenaw na mensahe bisita talugwato natibonmarianas.org tumuwi si Dr. Liz Rehebe kumabisa sa GST ang gagi siya gwi siya na palabra at man tita na pansinbi o ano namunggan kumuta usa siya ipalabran sa muro siya mas man akumprendihin ni Gena. Wala, tatapan sigya mo nagwini. Alright. Tatalag nuslo ko mensahe gini ni Northern Marianas, Chris, regenerative agriculture. Tanabit di muna. Ini i-Green Growth Initiative, mga man malefa, waka interes mo prumagtika esti Green Growth Initiative, regenerative agriculture, nigi na direksyon, bisita ko in Northern Marianas College, Chris. Sino agad, G237-6840. Check si Dane Patricia Coleman o sino si Jessie De Leon Guerrero. Alright? Malay no, sa tapansiga mo na gwini. Okay. Pues nigi inaw na direksyon para pa na Sabado, mala sa tapansigyafan mo na gwini. Sa walo ko'y kulo para tanafan hudyon, para todos ato siya sumililibra ihanin mapanagod niya gwini na si Mona. Alright, pues para pinili na si Brother Bern Cruz. Benadon negro mas matungon niya si Chiluta. Ni say na masundin niya mas mauli kinimlo niya. Happy birthday, kulo para Hagu Bern. Lokwe si Bernard Gonzalan. Tilachi Washington State Chiluta. Sa hapraktitika lokwe si historian apiziduta. Ini kaya na direksyon na kumagi si Bernard. Dalami guys na estudyante mangginin mano mga guys di siya na apizido ginin tutuhunta ginin Espanya itimpon Aliman Japanese ng pagod itimpon Amerikano tumay mano mo na inaw siya na apizido Miss Klaus siya haga wini lo sinin badgo tapagtitika ha jay no ha tasasangan na tafansigya mo na pumagtika kulturata dyan specialmente ilingwahita. Alright, po sinigeno lokwe si Benjamin Manglonia. Primon Benjamin gumay gi Texas State Chiluta. Happy birthday kulo jagino may kukaw gweno. Nga man malifan na ilingwahita dyan kulturata gweno. Geraldine Borja Lokwe. Happy birthday kulo para Hago. Si Ping. All right, Joe Aldon Jr. Happy birthday kulo. Tanichiluta si Ana Tirigezo. Ninay mas mauli kinimlo niya Lokwe. Happy birthday kulo. Carrie Uzoa Lokwe sa ginumi kukaw. Happy birthday kulo. Carrie Hoku Uzoa. Happy birthday kulo para Hago. So sa gingwahan ko na huzong no sinya lokwi tana halon ko ni. Alright? Gipresenti pa ako no kumukuna na festival programata gi YouTube. Okay, para todos sa ato siya maniga YouTube na gumay gi programan Marianas Agupa. No esta Facebook kalan para ta face out tasiga tatsagya mo na fanuzon lo YouTube na para ta fansigi po sa gintiun Jejetik enay batunis seme batunis zon subscribe i Marianas Agupa eno ha na sinya un ekung sempre para mo na still timoda no sinin badgo nigi ni manggaygit pa mo na Sabado. Okay, law mala sa fansigi mo na sa gwasya lokwi asunto do guhabi si tata para ta fan kumbesa di dyan uno na komisyante gwinigi oron alas 10. Por este siya kinalamting movimentong turis dyan amanot sinya na poitsa no na mapatuwato para ni na fanlala business sa talilya nagwa siya man inefekta na business binigis lang tapos sa yaman asuday manhita pa ako si Mr. Steven Jang, right? Plumeria Steakhouse winigi sa garapan po sa Widya, magtumagi si Steve Jang. Mamamayla siya na si Mona. Simpli tafan adingan. the Luqui, si Senator Jude Huff Snyder sa pita schedule, no? Naisinyaman asudahit. Alright, pues, okay, nanggadang Rokto afan sa bena o Palestina sunido sa pues bebirazo tate, hold on. Okay, malak na talang no si Kulo para tudo sa siya man masumili libra ihanin mafanagunya bini na Simona. Alright? Ini keno isa talang no si Kulo. Lapago mala sa fancy mo na sa kwalo kay asunto. Manggay gigipiso ni nadingan bula siya no asunto man masusesidi parewa giramas gobernamento zan ikomersyante siya i-private. Bula siya man masusesidi na mafatwa mawagi isabli ginin Washington. Dos estimatan niya no tuli tempo no guahaji sumupuputa guati sumupuputa sinin badgo Bologna siguro sinya mas tasangan po estiman gua siya tinilay ka za wala ba esti tinilay ka na sinya tita goflamen puli tigefza ta esti para tafan ma no sonig nyayhon siya tageno tasangan o sino para tafan ma estropea no guahamin ng linya lo kwe esti siya man nasusuda mo na siya na siya man tiban dinansi siya na tratamento no sinenbat go guaha siya lo kwe maninifefek ta taw-taw ta ginanesi siya na desisyon mapatumagi ginin Washington DC. Finini na kwa siya programa man mautot man maatan man maagon ripapasa man maagon eksamimina siya tapulog itay bueno kau eto siya nagastoy man magagasta para ihinirag publiko isolidanon Amerikano zan hitag wini no ko propio zan kau mausa gi eto na manera tiputsi ma fatinosi lain ay para matsugwi sigun haf ginagagaw uswa siya man masusuda siya wa siya man aanup na sinya hati paruhanan na weno siya na fundo magi guaji parofan maatan sa pues ang dinadan siya parofan makontinua ha muna i programa sa ligi siya man masusesidigi sa Amerika na mafatwa eno magi na sabli no finini na esti siya i gua siya man matto siya taw-taw magi sa ti man malisensya parofan solidano kwini unwesti man iligo na immigrant siya man maaatan sa man ma rekonono si man maimbestitiga parewa binigi islatas sa ipansin naman sa ni Islan Guaham siya man hujong siya impormasyon inibuno na no special agent ginin isti Homeland Security ICE magang isti Immigration and Custom Enforcement naman maatan ato siya na taw-taw tawag sa papit niya ti man ilihibli parofan saga gwinin sa ufan matsotso kung siniginaw siya na investigasyon iman masusesidi gwinigi islata sa ni Islan Guaham lao guayno lokwe maatan papa iti islata gizaluta kau lamigay man aatok kwi itatungo lo inigi SMP man hono papes ti siya sa parofan ma imbestiga ato siya na taw-taw na empleyado o sino na illegal aliens no siya tasangin kita bueno tawza no dokumento niya o sino tawza lisensya niya parofan gaygi siyempre dagin masuda yan now siyempre man mamuibi wato estay mauno na tano na man ginin mano siya kasi nagay i zahululo uno siya na investigasyon di masusesi din ni mapatumagi kini Washington. E outro, ibandan fondo siya. Wa siya maninifefekta, programan federalis gwini, estimagang siya i climate smart. Wano siya loki hapapat sa i kwetpun i lansiria gwini. Sa ini uno na asunto, sinyati humana na umuuna ino na fondo mat, para maprotehi itanuta ginin ino i climate smart na program. With Stefanelos i para un protehi i eda sa u continua gwe produce ito siya na tronco sino ito siya na ningkano yung tatano sa lamigay na programa ni ji magang i manmadidis siya hanggan moleka ji patadis lo un na fansusua siya i carbon za humahana hulu za ha distrutusa i izotan no ozone layer lagi nin enaw na mumamaypi jilingya no hababaw ji tsalan za mas iyak daw humalon papa za mas ha na maypi i klema wini za zangin mo maypi klema no inigi eno i no mumamaypi mas muna sa na programa i climate smart para un protehi eda para un mulch itinanom mo mao ni sinya sa un retain no tiun gastan baba siya i hanum na uno na Frankas Afanelos i mas no importante ti gipago na tempo po sa nige no nige na fondo siya man matsatsaba mo na ginin i direksyon ni Presidente ta. Yan libes niya, no? Waha siya lokwi no informasyon man huhudson na gwa siya paro fan makontinua muna sa paro madoblan 2-3 muna siya iajudo para ilatsiria. Sa makumprendiya lagi sa Washington na importante teste iparata protelo kwi ulijata na isinya lokwi ta produsi ning kanu ginin i isla gwini sa mga mampus na parata dependihit gi otro tono na ta comprende na po sinige siya para fan madoblan 2-3 BI siya muna wah siya man ma restrict siya gasto gihalatsa man malang mauno ito siya na salapi man ma probiniji prewa gwini para islan sa ipan tinian luta zani man iluta gwinaw islan waham pusin temporaryo este siya man ma no man masusteni siya na programa uno na programa yun ay masusteni iti magang farmer to farmer na programa na siya mama na gwihaw of untungo gilanso siya un panagi otro na lansero na po na produsi ning kano mas sadik na manera sa mas kwalidad na produkto kasi nigi no man magutin niya yun na lo sigun informasyon na sige mo na no ma-extendi mo na sa umana doblan 2-3 BI mo na no okay po sa inigi no siya panilos gipresente pa ako na no kinalamting. Alright, gwini na si Mona Fanelos, importante estilo ki natalang nusuzong na esta Febero matsu dyan imamamayla abrid ultimo mo iparang fayo itong tax. Mga man malefa, esta siya form manhuzong na sinyalokwi unjetik imakinoamo ki computer na sinyong fayo eno online. O zanging guamas no question o sino guamas informasyon no nisita sinyong bisita guato revenue and tax. Okay, mga man malefa na ultimo mo no tilacho abrid dia 15 no. Malago pulibula mas no bula aktibidad mo sinya un extendi zangin magdugan ng sinya. Alright? So ini sinya un so bueno esta editso na informasyon sa ni form siya esta no manggaygi esta na man ma na fan available ipresente pa og revenue and tax. Okay, Mela sa tapat sa didi este si alibes niya este para tafan taymano winigi man mamamayla na tempo. Pauno na para taymano na para tafang gagamaha muna. Winigi ibat kota na bulan napo zan tafko siya na kurente papanahit. Importante no na para taatan mauno na direksyon na para takazon mo na esti. Itay wini man masusesidi parewa iban ng turis na tibula man mafat tumagi ah na parao ni na mas puwet sa lukwi komisyante na parao ni nagwaha nilanto. Kasi niki uno na no okso no makakat para takazon mo na don kulesti siya na problema itaatan sang inti bula kinalamteng niya ekonomiya tagwini. Pues gi otro pati no mga man balefalokwi na todo sinya i half sinya tatsogwi. Enzo ha ti sinya i des na tinago Zeus pues za talilya no atana ombe si presidente ta bula siya tinilay ka gi sa Amerika. Sa guaji ma kwestiyon na nangga sa ti Taigweno gi reglamento nilay to the constitution no eno siya yung susug Mr. President. Lo mga man malefa panelos na todos niya matulay ka. Ezugi ti siyang tulay ka ides na tinagunsus. Musena wa masya kay giliblo siya maamenda. Pues mga man malefa no nigi na direksyon hatsutsu with presidente ta sa estagwasya loki man masuda siya probleman gasto na matutsinya adzutsinya matutsinya i gwasya no kumbalatsi gihalom ato siya na tawtaw iman manoy ni na responsibilidad. Pues importante na umatsubi haf necesaryo matsubi za saba ato siya kutsinadas ni talili siya ni man masusuda. Ginin estimagang no Doge na grupo o sino na na opisinang gobernamento Department of Economic Government Efficiency. Alright? Zagwijasti gumiluluy buentes tayo hingu ka uno na mas rico ko na tawtaw gitano si Elon Musk wiza munanay direksyon no sa ginin inaw na man masusuda ato siya na kumbalatsi dyan kutsinadas siya man mausa man magagasta sa lapi gobernamento siya na diputsi para fan mausa gimaulik na manera. Pues libes niya no? Ini lokwi na direksyon no siyempre humanawat to siyempre doon ta government gwe no para maatan mauno lokwi na bandan gobernamento na ti umaza siya gasto mauno siya na lugar o sino ramas gobernamento na man mausa fondo na tinisisaryo. Esta talilya talilya siya nagawa siya opisina na itidebi o mababa man mapapasya itaw-taw sa taza tsetsuninya. Pues talilya gwini isla talukwi pues nigi una no na direksyon sigun ginin dididi na kompensasyon mo dyan si Governor Palacios na siyempre no parang kadzon mo no na direksyon iparogwalo kwi wini no direksyon na parang atan mauno siya na ramas gobernamento na tinisisaryo ufan magasta fundon publiko sa lapi publiko. Pues nigi dididi na komparasyon itatan Nalaga sa gwag bini kulo, umalong bini talo, okay, si kulo para si Viva Cumpleaños. Gilangit para si okay, Nanoho Bia. Si Peter Santos, si Nanonya Bia. right? Difunta Rena Espinosa Santos, all right? The usaga gi agapa gi kanay Jesus tata. All right, si Jesus Masin of leaders Dwayne Sablan, buenas. Raho Gulukwe, buenas para todo itaw to Marianas. Alright, pues ang ingwag no siya lo informasyon si Yon Zeti que no izo mo YouTube, gipresente pa ako ni kumukuna na programa Marianas Agupa. Gipresente i 100.3 and i Marianas Agupa YouTube channel gipresente pa ako. Okay, pues ini kita sa sangang gunita mano estine paron kadzun mo na paron navigate i karera para un wini na komplikado na hinanon ekonomiya talilya siya na no bula siya man masusesi di gitano stia i resulta gini sa North Korea i man masusesi di sa China man masusesi di sa Russia man masusesi di sa Amerika sa ginin eno siya na no eno siya na trumpison italili mo na bula siya timan klaro bula siya manaat sampa nasyon sa nasyon anak kahulo ipresyo esta ta komprendia na esta sigya muna kumahulo itsada esta talilya kumagwan sa gualoki bird flu sa siya man maakukusa no membro adto siya iparaw inspect estina guahano informasyon humuhudso na pud paraw na misklaw i medkaw magwa siya mansangan man afanuzong na man afanluluan i publiko na este siya na manok i man mabebindi man gaitsit no pues umuzong naman ma-slaughter maski midzon sa midzon na rodo na ipromodudo si tsada sa ginininaw na sumod i supply kumahulo i presyo sa ini siya nataatan istigi presente pa Nani ihagaga sa ta lang nususong na doktrina gwini maski 15 anyos gwini giprogramata na bunga man malefa na importante testi para produce ning kanumo gwini sa dididia jagwa didi misklaw gi tano gi metkaw siya na maproduce ning kanu kumahuli presyo sa mamproblema hit gwini gi islata sa nigi na direksyon ta fafana gwini sa importante este na sigya mo na taliskutis ti usa ki uhalon yung talanga sa usaga gi otro na jati huzong gi otro na talanga. Alright? Ustabile tati gwezo na direksyon i mono guato ne para takazo nesti dan haf patatsogo ginigi man mamamela dan nuibu i gobernamentota nuibu siya man halon na membro gi legislatura da sempia tanay loki chansas ti siya man ilutan para o kadzon mo na mono nili niya sa guarason naman mabota sa debi maproduce debi kadzon gezo na manera i sinya manlala i solidano gwini umpat na izautatan na gitududo i karera mo na gwini istoryata ginin itutunta panielos no anay tatutuni gobernamento ta bangkaygid gwi na eskalera i politika inigi na man masusuda si Chetso iparon holom inigi na istoryata inigi hinanauta mo na sa inigi nagigwa no tumaza sa lapi tumaza sempitsotso gi gobernamento ta man taitsi i gobernamento i manautauta sa madipipindi siya gi government no ti tatutuhon istoryata gi paratana fanlala may sahit nos kwantos granwa na maniluta manautauta gini manlala ginin gi business uno si Joten i Herman's Bakery i Villa Gomez tibulala taw-tawta na manlala ginigi business. Majud pati manlala gi honesty parang depende siya gi government often matsutsuk za ano natan no ini na dididia za gumawa dididi no short gi revenue ang problema ay manotaw ta. Us debit ta shift este ini gi este na navigation itatan tay mano este muna sa umalunzo na esta ini na direksyon si Governor Palacios sempre hatsuli para atan mo na este tay mano na para naalala este gitetinan natin minonya para nagwa este na kinalamtik sinya itaw-taw taman lalagi private sector. Okay? Siyempre ano siya tadiskukuti gwini lagi nista mo na na patinas si Governor Palacio si desisyon niya gwini na para ta pivoted ginin esti para ta dipipindita gitsi su gobernamento dasangin manhanawat to i direksyon gibandan i private siyempre tibulalan no taw-taw dumipindi siya ipawfan matsotso gi government sa inigi istoryata no ginini anay tatutuhon i gobernamento ta no matadipendihit gi man matsotso gi gobernamento ta langin tinahod tax pues toki itong kiko man maleo o sino man holumit winigi politika de no ay politika na manggaygit kada mat este 2 anyos mantati siya itaw-taw na sige masuporta sa maatan ko sinya loki man matsotso itaw-taw tapos ini na manggaygi lo mala jata tapansigi mo nagwinya panielos sa importante sti na para ta diskuti gwini sti bandang private sa ubay gesti si luta si Steve Chang. Thank you for coming, Steve. You have a right here. You can sit over here. Okay. Sa paratafan momento sa dididi nesti i komisyanti mini i harvest i pinadisin niya esti siya i manggay ibini siya sa nigi na problema zangin laksi i kinalamting i business pues di siya man manguni empleyado lo kwe. All right. Pues thank you Steve for coming. Uh, I'm talking about the our community here, our government. Most of our people are depending on working for the government since the get go from the start of our creation of our constitution to today we are very dependent on the government. People are very much what do you call this they don't work for the government very difficult, either if you don't have any business then you have to work for the government. One of the ways that we're trying to create the industry is the agriculture industry. That's something that we're looking forward to making it work. For that. And on the flip side is those people who are made to operate a business, and there's only certain people who has the drive, has the passion to open a business and stay there and create jobs for people. And you're one of them, Steve. And thank you for accepting the invitation so we can talk a little bit of what the challenges are as a business person. The way you navigate through our policy, renewing licenses. What are you encountering? And, how do you make this better for other business to come in and thrive, create jobs for people. So let me just turn this over and again, thank you for coming, Steve.
Uh, you're very welcome. It's a last minute.
Yes.
I thought at least you give me some kind of an advance notice that we're gonna go what we're gonna talk about. But
business people
oh my goodness,
doesn't get advance notice
so
because it's in you already. It's already in you.
I'm not sure about that one, but as a business, it's tough. It's very hard to survive day to day. I'm making my ends meet. However, there's a lot of things that are obstacle to the business. It's pretty, especially like CUC, for example. It's tough. It's too tough to make money and pay the power bill or pay the rent for that matter.
Mm.
So CUC is definitely one agency that is hurting the small business.
Let me take you back to where you started. The first time you opened a business, I know that you've been here for the last 30 years, right?
Correct,
Almost
correct.
40
Yes,
years.
30 years, yes.
And you're still operating. So obviously you're doing something good. At least you're surviving.
I
All
don't
right.
know about good, but I'm definitely surviving.
Yeah.
It's always, when on a time like this, you have to diversify. Okay, the things that you're doing right now, if it doesn't work, you have to look on the other side. What works for you at that special time? So right now, we don't. The labor is pretty tough. The material cost is very high.
Yeah.
So all those things are very what you call it it's hard.
Oh, compared from the time that you when we control our immigration and labor, uh, were you better then, or you're better now that the U.S. is controlling it?
Uh, I don't want to comment too much on that. But it's
In terms of
when you lose immigration, you lose the economy. I mean, you don't have the labor force, and the UN, United States government is controlling our
yes,
immigration,
that's right.
and what our local people can do is very limited. You don't have the control, you don't have the power, you don't have the law. So everything we have to follow the under the USCIS and the label. So yes, I wanted to open up a different company, but my resource is very limited. I don't have the skill force.
So I take it that you were better back then when we control because there's a lot of labor available. I remember back then we're making so much money. Even our governor back then, the former God bless his soul, Governor Tenorio,
Mhm.
that he even declined the financial assistance from the U.S. government because we're making so much money because we control our labor. So I take it that you were okay back then, but now very difficult to hire. Isn't that correct?
Correct. That is absolutely
And how
correct.
much are you paying for every employee? Are you bringing in from outside?
Right now, an average uh, person not under the agency agreements, I am paying average about $10, $11 an hour.
Right now?
Yeah, there's nobody gets paid minimum wage unless the workers that come here, which is CW workers, are under the agency agreement. Then the agency pretty much controls the employees. So uh, depending on the JVA.
So you're still required to announce for the local.
If you hire foreign workers,
Okay.
yes.
For that particular job.
For that particular position, yes.
Okay. So are you paying the adverse wage?
Um, you know,
What about housing? Are you
the,
paying for housing?
no, there's no, you don't have to pay for the housing or for the medical. See, with this agency agreement, so what this agency does is that they go to their country, whether it's Korea or Bangladesh or Philippines or China, whatever, and then they scout the workers from that country to come to CNMI. And and so you have to pay them prevailing wages according to what is the documents written to, submitted to USCIS, right? So, and of course, they're gonna pay as low as possible, bare minimum. So by the time, as an example, like a maintenance position would be very lowest. And once they get here, do they stay in maintenance? No, they go to a different position. And and also the agency charges, um, at least like minimum $1 to $3 per hour for that particular employee. So in other words, if agency gets it somehow brought into CNMI at a 750 an hour, and then when they arrive here, um, the employers like us, we cannot pay 750 an hour. We have to pay whatever they're asking. So in other words, you have if they ask 950 an hour, then if you want to employ that staff, then you have
Okay.
to pay 950 or 1050. So average right now it's minimum around $10, $11 an hour.
For your employee. Okay.
Correct. Yes.
So how much, not to be too intrusive, but what percentage of your workforce are outside, foreigners?
In as much as possible, I like to hire local people,
Okay.
local staff, and we have some great high school graduates that who doesn't have a job, but they are willing to learn. So I've always participated with public school systems.
Okay.
So, matter of fact, it was yesterday that PSS put out a workshop job fair at the World Resort. So I participated there, and in as much as possible, I like to train our local kids
Mm-hmm.
to be in business, to be in the service industry,
Okay.
whether it's a hospitality program or accounting or bookkeeping or management, entrepreneurship, whatever. As a small business owner, I can be able to teach them something that uh, they don't learn in school. They don't learn.
This is the real work experience.
Correct,
Yes.
correct.
Okay.
So for example, a student comes up to me and says, "Hey, Sir Steve, I would like to, I like to cook steaks. I love cooking steaks." Well, it doesn't happen. I cannot just put you in the cook and
Yeah.
cooking steaks.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work like that. So you have to start from the beginning, the foundation. So so in Primaria Steakhouse, I'm not trying to promote, but
No, it's all right. It's okay.
but
We're here.
we train the basics,
Okay.
how to hold a knife, how to do the
Be
scope
safe.
of
Yeah.
scope of work.
Mm-hmm.
So we start from the foundation and then we build up from there.
So you have a chef there that can provide that training.
It's a very time consuming, but we are willing to train the students so they can learn from us or learn from NMTI or learn from NMC, and and uh, and then when they graduate, at least they can get a part-time job or something.
Okay. Let me ask you a very, strategic question, if you will. What is your market here? Your market is basically local? Are you seeing lots of tourists coming to your place?
Uh,
What is the percentage?
that's a very good question. So at the beginning, when I opened the Ete Cafe, my the percentage of the customers that come to Ete Cafe were, I would say maybe 50-50.
Visitors
Visitor, yeah,
and
50%,
50% are
right.
local.
Because
Okay.
because of the strategic location that
Yes.
I'm in right
Oh,
now,
yes.
so there's a lot of tourists walking around that area. So
Have you been maintaining that percentage, that
no,
market
no,
size? So it goes up and down. Sometimes it's more local
I
or
mean,
more tourists.
thanks for asking the question. I've never, when I opened our business here, I've never ever banking on a tourist, because I always wanted to cater for the local people, because local people want to be here regardless. Okay, they might not come often as
Mm.
they might not spend as much, but they're here all the time. So my uh, business strategy is always catered towards the local people.
Okay. Let me ask you this because you know uh, there's some companies that are operating with data-driven operation, right? Do you use data from your customer to improve your services?
Um, can you exemplify what kind of a data?
Like, for example, say 7-Eleven, okay,
Okay,
in the
okay.
States or in a bigger demographic. 7-Eleven store is they use data to improve their services. For example, they when a customer comes in, they take the data that they purchase, like they purchase coffee between 6 to 8. So they take that data that these customers, the highest sales is coffee during this time.
Mm-hmm.
So the management
Mm-hmm.
look at and use that data and provide the supply.
Mm-hmm.
They would never run out between 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock, because that's the data that shows that that's the highest number of people buying coffee. You see what I'm saying?
So,
So in your case,
so I think that is very, very important and it's critical to to look at the data.
so you never have short supply, eh?
For me, I'm running a restaurant here and a cafe, and cafe is uh, yeah, yes, I do use the data for. Okay, I wanted to answer that. Yes, the young young generations, they like sweets.
Sweets.
Sweet, yeah, sweet things with a lot of sugar.
Mhm.
And when the people who are in the like 30s or 40s or something, they don't take as much as younger kids, right? Uh, so I have to change the menu. So yes, in that sense, I do use the data.
Okay, it shows that you have
Right.
customers that they want
Yeah.
sweets.
And then on the other hand, for the restaurant, uh, yes, I've noticed that the tourists are spending more on the expensive things, like for example, like steak and lobster.
So you have to have that supply all the
Yeah,
time.
I have to have it. Yeah, it's a must.
Okay.
So,
So
uh,
that data shows you that they like
yeah.
to buy those things.
So I know already that so when a customer walks in, by just looking at them, I can be able to tell, the age group, what kind of a food they like.
Mhm.
So with that, I create a menu, to
For those,
cater for
okay,
those who
perfect.
at that age.
So you answered the question correctly. Now, with today's travel industry, that it's, sometimes we don't have the continuity of flights coming in.
Mhm.
Is that something that it's hurting the business, the industry, or how can you improve that? If you were asked a question about how do we entice more tourists to come?
I thank you for
What?
asking that question as well. For the tourism, I think it's very important that our leaders and our government to realize what is importance here. Okay, if if we think that tourism is good, is important, then you got to ask who's coming here. Is that the Japanese, the Chinese, Koreans, Romanians, Singaporeans? Is that from Taiwan? Is from Australia? So which country people are coming to Saipan? And then you have to say, okay, so say, as an example, if Koreans are coming here more often, then you have to build a Korean infrastructure. So meaning, so you got to have some Korean people here, Korean shops, Korean restaurants. So those are infrastructures. If you want to have a Japanese, you know, people coming here, you got to have a Japanese infrastructure, Japanese people, Japanese market, Japanese restaurant, and then also listen to what they like and dislike. So in other words, the Koreans, when they come here, they like the cleanliness. And right now, if you drive around our island, I mean, I don't want to criticize it, but it looks like a third world country. It's really ugly. And so,
And there's
with,
more competing destinations, right?
oh, of course, we're competing with Thailand, we're competing with Vietnam, we're competing with the Philippines, we're competing with Laos, many countries. And so, I would like to see some changes as far as the facade of our island, the image of our island. So, with the leadership of Henry Hofschneider at the zoning board and with co-chair Mr. Mike Evangelista, we are doing something to
What?
make our island a better place.
How? In what way?
I don't want to talk too much on that one
Okay.
because right now in the works right now. So what I suggested was that I think the government should give some kind of incentive to the business owners along the main road uh, to paint the building. You know, water blast it and paint it and make it look nice. And so by in doing that, I think perhaps it's just an idea, okay,
Mhm.
to give incentive to the business. Like for example, if you're paying a BGRT of $1,000 for that month, so we give them a 20% discount. So in other words, this time you pay $800 with that $200, maybe perhaps government can be able to give them a voucher, go to paint store and buy the paint and paint the building.
Mm.
So in that way,
Or they turn in their receipt that they purchased this, you get a offset.
for the detailed information, it has to be worked
Okay.
out by the government
Okay,
and
all right.
with
Okay,
the
so I see
business.
your point there. Now, since you touched the zoning, do you think zoning is doing its job, controlling the overly developing climate in our area, or is it putting more stringent, what do you call this, condition for business people to flourish?
Uh,
I mean, I've seen zoning in other places, and it seems to me that you're trying to fit the zoning requirement in a larger city. You want to fit it here in a small island. Is that something that maybe can be looked at? Maybe
look,
reevaluate the.
look, the God does not make the land anymore. Okay, so in other words, we have a very limited land space, land area, and so we cannot follow the way Hawaii does it. We cannot follow
That's
the
right.
way San Francisco does
That's
it.
exactly
We
what I'm saying.
cannot follow
Yeah,
what Redondo Beach does it. It just doesn't work here.
yeah. So you have to fit it in. You have to tailor make the laws, the rules, the regulation to fit a growing island.
Right.
So that's at least you guys have that in mind,
So
right?
I wish you, I mean, I really do not like to follow. I don't
Sure.
want to follow the way the Guam does it,
Yes.
and I
Or
don't like to follow
Hawaii.
it the way Hawaii does it. Why do we have to follow?
Yeah.
Why can't we be the lead?
Yeah.
Create something new rather than following somebody.
So is that mindset well understood within the zoning board?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
so
So
that's great. So
they're,
that's
yeah, they're trying to follow the
yeah.
law
Okay.
and they're doing the best they can. It might not be good enough, but they're trying their best to
Okay,
make
so
our island
so
look good.
so that's a totally different topic because we're talking about a zoning, but I want to talk about your experience in how to maybe increase the opportunity for other businessmen, other people who wants to
So
establish a business here. And your experience is a reflection of the way we function as a agency or government. And so I see your point there about regulations that doesn't really fit to, and also the emphasis on how to bring in people and to address the issues about cleanliness. Those are the issues that you see affecting the visitors industry. What other things that have you heard from your visitors, Steve, regarding how to make the island more attractive? I mean, obviously
um,
you're meeting with the visitors, right? So
yeah, I talk to my customers a lot. Actually, every single day I do talk to them, and they like our island. They like the people. They like the culture. They like the greens. Uh, and there are some things they don't like. They dislike,
yeah,
which is uh, blighted properties, properties that are abandoned. It's just not taken care of. This looks bad and looks also bad to other landowners. You know, you have a $5 million property on the road, and the next door is like a town is going next door, or homeless guys living on the abandoned building. So things like that, I think it has to be looked at and it has to be corrected.
so those are the feedbacks you're getting from the
Yeah,
visitors?
yeah, those are just a few. There's many others as well, and toilet bathroom, same thing. You go to Banzai and the toilet, the bathroom is closed, shut off with 2x4s. I mean, 4x8 plywoods. And so, when are we going to adapt to the customers, to the tourists,
To make it available.
to make it
Okay.
a nicer place to visit? Because remember, we're competing with other countries. So, yes, they love Micro Beach, and yes, they love our the beautiful, clean blue ocean. But at the same time, you go walk by the beach, and you got a beer can all over.
If you were asked what would be the top three things? I know that there's a lot, okay, to
Right,
address,
right.
but Mr. Zhang, what are the top three things that you feel that needs to be addressed right now? If somebody asks you that, what would be the top three?
I I would say that I think you got to have a right attitude. Okay, so in other words, if we are catered towards the tourism, you got to have a right attitude. So in other words, we got to have got to have the training and probably upskilling, and then also diversify, and then I don't know, invest in our people, I guess.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. The last one. Uh, Investing in our people would be a good thing so that they can provide the services that the tourist wants. What about this one, Steve? I heard this from another businessman. Uh, is there a direction coming from our government on how to what would be the direction to bring people in?
I
Or everybody has their own goal?
um I mean
How do you what do you think about this?
I don't understand what you mean by the sense of direction. I think the government can help small business by deregulating some of the relaxing some of the rules on the businesses. I think deregulate and
Which one to regulate?
I can go on a lot of things, but it just make it uh, business amicable rather than being an anti, and it takes sometimes when you try to get something, it takes so long to get something done because you have to go through the bureaucracy of all these requirements. So I hope somehow deregulate some of those rules.
It's not efficient, in other words.
Well, definitely,
Okay.
definitely, yes.
All right. So I see I see some sort of some degree of frustration you're going through. I can feel that, it's tough, very hard thing to survive in this competing businesses. What about looking at it from the industry standpoint? How can the restaurant, you're in the restaurant service industry, right?
Right.
How can, have you ever thought of looking at it in such a manner, the industry itself, rather than looking at it from your perspective, your standpoint? Like if the whole industry is built and prosper, everybody
Everybody would benefit.
benefit.
Yes.
Have you ever looked at in the whole picture, the
Um,
industry as like some kind of a grading? Everybody will strive to be grade A, for example. Provide the quality food, quality service, that kind of thing. Looking at it from the industry standpoint rather than uh, just an individual, business to make money.
so from the business perspective, not so much with government grants, but from the business perspective, we have to listen to the customers, what the customers like. So in other words, if Saipan wants tourism, if Saipan thinks that tourism is important, then we have to listen to what the tourist likes and dislikes and promote it accordingly. Uh, those times where where you promote on the newspaper and the TV, those times are gone already. So, in as much as possible, we use the social media, and also the people who visit here, make them, hmm, be
Okay.
nice, be
All right. Okay. I see your point there, but what I'm trying to get at is like we have this food festivals, right? We have fiestas. We have Pica festivals. We have San Francisco de Borja fiesta, San Roque fiesta. Uh, what do you call this? There's a fiesta today in
yeah.
no, and as Santa Lourdes,
Mm.
and they always have these prices. The best food, Kanumpika, the winner for of the best empanada, whatever.
Mhm.
So what I'm talking about here is the industry. Okay, so if a person wins the best Kanumpika, that person will be given a prize because they win the $500, right? That person has to disclose the recipe.
Mhm.
So that recipe can be used at the restaurants here,
Mhm.
your restaurant, that this is the winner. This is the recipe that won Santa Lourdes Fiesta, Canumpika. And exactly the same. So you're building the industry, right? That's what I'm talking about. So the winner of this is also being offered at Claveria, being offered in whichever restaurant. You build the standard. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. But like today's event, I mean, I didn't know about it.
Yeah, there's a fiesta in Santa Lucas.
There's also at the function, I mean, at the Tinian,
Oh, in Tinian.
Tinian also.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
those are
would like to go there, but it's very hard to get there.
so that would be something that I think you're part of the NPA.
I'm a member.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that can be brought in because
Mm.
NPA invests money
Mhm.
to promote this type of activities, right?
Mhm.
They give prizes.
Yes.
So they have to take those recipe. And this was an idea generated by former Senator David Singh.
See.
Yeah. And we haven't taken that step to adopt this type of ideas that are good, because everybody is after themselves, right? But if you look at it from the industry standpoint, NBA should, by giving that money, as a price, they should take that and give it to you guys. Who are the restaurant? Here's the winner. This is the recipe. Make it in your restaurant. So we promote the island.
I think that's, yeah, of course, that's an excellent idea. And also, I didn't mention to you, but I thank you, President Glenn, for taking the leadership on the Cagman Farmers Association. And I think that is great. I even went this morning, early this morning, to
And how's
see
our members? They're okay.
the our members are okay, but we need more vendors.
Okay.
Okay. I see a lot of people coming. I mean, I ever since January, I've been going there, and right now we need more vendors, and customers come in there, and there's just not enough products. So I would like to see more vendors, our local vendors, local farmers display their products, uh, so that we can promote our island.
You know, farming is farming industry is cyclical, meaning whenever you harvest, that's the time when you offer for sale. So it's not, there's gonna be time, and we're talking about. Remember the rotation, crop rotation.
Yes.
So that any given day, any given Saturday, we'll have green onions.
Mhm.
You know, it's gonna be a challenge because we're way out in the Pacific, and we're still very dependent on importing. Uh, But at least we're trying our best to get our folks, get them to start looking at this from that perspective. Because look at the eggs now. The eggs is very expensive, right?
Yes, no comments, very expensive.
Anyway, so I'm glad that you shared a little bit of the insight how you're operating, and maybe a few recommendation that you can recommend how to make this thing smoothly. Because you're an operator and you're not the only one. There's a lot of in the same boat as you. You know, you've been there for almost 40 years, Steve. I know you, and you're still there.
I'm hanging on.
Yeah,
It's not easy, but I'm just hanging on right now. I know it's not only me, I'm sure everybody's
sure.
having a very difficult time right now, and uh, I just hope that everybody I don't know, just survive right now. Right now it's a survivor mode. I mean, just if you can pay your CUC and if you can
So
pay the rent,
CFC, Steve, is something that is really up there as a deterrent.
it is.
It's a cost, no cost item that really you have to.
It's a big liability.
Yeah.
It's a big liability. I
Are
mean,
you getting into the renewable energy?
oh, definitely. Can you not? I mean, can I say it?
Sure.
So yeah, I launched three new businesses
Okay.
because I need to diversify. I just cannot sustain myself just doing a cafe and a restaurant. I just can't.
You're gonna get
So
into other. Okay.
I have to. So I did launch solar aircon. So
Is this coming from Korea?
uh, it's coming from Korea and some coming from China. So I and some parts are coming from the United States. So I put it together and we do the installation. The solar aircon, the technology has exponentially increased. It's really, really good. So I think our people should definitely diversify using the solar aircons.
In terms of reliability,
It,
any problem so far? No.
I guaranteed in 2 years. So within 2 years, if there's a problem, either we replace it,
And is it
fix it.
comparable to say 12,000 BTU electric?
On a solar aircon, most of the consumption of the power comes from the aircon, depending on what kind of aircon you have. So, right now they're like 9,000 BTU to 12,000 BTU, 18,000
But is it
BTU.
cold? Say 12,000, it's cold, just like
Very, very cold.
so, just like a regular.
If you have like 12,000 BTU on a regular sized bedroom, you you will freeze your butt off.
Mm.
Very, very cold.
And
Very
is
dependent.
in terms of pricing, is it
So
comparable?
I cannot give you the pricing right now.
No, no. I'm saying, is it comparable to the what's in the market? Competitive?
It's just a little bit more expensive because of
Okay.
the solar panels and the installation, but it's you get your money back within few months.
Mm.
So I think definitely we should diversify using other renewable energy than just using the grid.
Okay, so those people who are, and I'm giving you a plug here. Those people who wants to explore that opportunity, where do they check?
You
Go to
can check
Plumeria?
come to Plumeria Steakhouse and I'll give you my 2 cents and share your thoughts and my thoughts and how to make better for the family.
So starting today, if those people comes to Plumeria and buy what do you call this, air conditioning based on the broadcast that we did here.
Uh-huh.
Make sure I get a credit, huh?
Make sure I donate something for the farmers, local farmers.
All right, I'm glad you mentioned that, but that's good. I see that you in order to survive, you need to diversify. I think that's the message that you're sending out.
Right.
It's very tough to Steve, just to give you a heads up.
Yes.
Uh, there's gonna be a new direction, I think, with our governor. Moving forward, he's looking at ways to bring about new ways of looking at this, generating
Nice.
revenue for the so it's gonna be coming soon, hopefully. But I had a chance to talk to him, and he's all in, if you
Mm.
will, to look at ways to bring about new economic development for the
Nice.
CNMI.
Very nice.
So I'm glad that he's open for those kind of ideas, and hopefully he's going to be rolling out pretty soon.
Yes.
So we that's why I want to continue bringing in various type of businesses so we can see What are the issues that are they're facing? What are the challenges? Because there's you mentioned about the local people, right?
Mm.
That's
Yes.
exactly the other side of this equation.
Mhm.
You cannot get moving forward without the very people that
Yes.
they put you in.
Our leaders,
Yeah.
yes.
So without the people that are uh, living in this island, uh, we're using their properties, their land for all these things.
Mhm.
They have to be in the equation too.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So
And that way you can survive and you can be more than just surviving. You can be living. Yeah.
so I mean, yeah, whenever I talk to the governor and we talked about it, and he listens to us.
Yeah.
He
That's good.
listens to us and he cares for everybody. And our legislators, same thing. They listen very, very closely, so they see the hardship, and so we're very, very thankful to our leaders as well.
All right. Birthday kulo, special birthday kulo for one of our advisor,
Oh, happy birthday!
Isidoro Cabrera. All right, ginin as Shani and the great grandkids. All right, sign down in Imas Molik inimlo niya si Isidoro. He's one of our founding members with the CAFPA, one
Um,
of our advisors. Uh, so, what do you call this? And I'm glad, Steve, that you mentioned those things that really, it's in your heart, you know. Uh, so you've been here since when?
I've been voting here since CNMI for I don't know how long.
Mhm.
I've been here
40
a long
years,
time.
no? Oh, almost
Yeah,
40 years.
yeah, over 30 years.
Very
Yeah.
long. But you go back and forth to
I look, my blood is here. I think
you're a Chamorro.
my last breath is gonna be inside, and so
You're
I'm
local.
not going anywhere.
Yeah. Glad that
So,
you put
so
yourself in that.
I'm thankful for the island. Yeah, we have a beautiful island here, and there's a lot of opportunities here. So you just have to kind of search and take action rather than just sit back and just wait.
Mm. Uh, have you been to Tinian
I've
lately?
been to
No?
Tinian like yeah, I don't know when was last time you went to Tinian, but whenever I go to Tinian, it's so clean. I think they're doing a fantastic job. The cleanliness of the streets and the beach. I think everybody should visit Tinian. It's
You know,
beautiful.
there's lots of businesses now in Tinian. The last time I was there, there's businesses that are flourishing in the area.
Wow.
You know,
Nice, nice.
so that tells you that people are going to Tinian, and we heard about the military, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right. I
so,
don't know much about military, but I know there's a lot of development. But I think just people in Kenya also are very, very nice, very kind.
the last question that I would like to ask, I know that you had some visitors, you're touring them. I'd like to ask you the last question here, Steve, and it's very dear to my heart.
Mhm.
The production of fresh pork, fresh beef,
Mhm.
fresh vegetables. Uh, do you use them in your business, like in the restaurants,
Um,
local food?
I tried that at the beginning, and the the beef that I was getting from the United States, it was just different. This has a different texture, and when the people come into a restaurant and they eat certain food, they expect to be same because it's embedded in their head, and so if they taste like, for example, they
Angus.
order a ribeye steak, and if that ribeye steak is hard and tough, even though it's grass fed, right? So they're asking, hey Steve, what happened to your steak here? So and to us
Yeah.
that's like a complaint.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so
They want to taste the softness.
so it's just like anything else. It has to be consistent, and it has to be uniform.
Okay, but wait a minute.
So
Let me challenge you on that.
okay.
I like the way you said it about grass fed, because grass fed you have the taste. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, the challenge that you're saying about it's tough,
Mhm.
Steve, there's a way to make it tender. There's a way to make it tender and comparable to the one from the Angus from the other stores. So it has your cook your chef needs to employ that skill because even if it's a locally grass fed, you can make it soft and the taste will be even better.
I,
Right? There's
I,
a way
I
to do that.
agree. I agree. There's a way of doing it. But sometimes, like when you have, 10 customers or 20 customers,
Here's the yeah, that's
it
the
has to
yeah.
be,
Not only that, but it takes a little bit
yeah,
longer to prepare, man, to
right.
make it
Customers don't want to wait
yeah,
40
okay.
minutes. They just don't want to wait. They want to go there and then,
Eat within 20
within
minutes, no?
within the certain time, they want to eat and go. And so they don't have the patience of waiting 30, 40 minutes. Even after, when you pass 30, 40 minutes, that's already too late already.
They
So,
wanna just get their
yeah,
money back.
and I don't want to have that kind of complaint. So, as much as possible, I like to use local beef, but it's not same.
Mm.
But so,
Okay,
so
I
in
see
that
what you're
sense, I'm sorry. I
okay.
use the same one.
All right. Anything you want to add? Okay, thank you for coming, and I just want to give you the last word.
Well, thank you for inviting me, President Glenn. I
Yeah.
thank you so much. It's kind of a rush thing, and I did not prepare anything. So next time, please give me an agenda so we can talk about some things.
I like
So,
to catch you off guard because that's where you feel and you see the what do you call this from your heart.
mhm.
You know, how do you see the industry, service, restaurant business, and how our market is affecting the business community. And those are the issues that I want to really touch rather than, having a prepared response.
Yeah.
But thank you for that. And
Next time, can we talk about some homeless people in Saipan? I think it's just a growing issue, and especially in an area like in Garapan, there's a lot of homeless people, and I would like to. Now I have some solutions as well,
okay.
and so
Okay, we'll take that maybe next
yeah,
time, no?
yeah. Next time we can talk about that one.
All right, Steve. So
Sounds
thank
good.
you again.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you so much.
keep it up. I know I not all the time. I try to patronize other businesses, but I go to your place too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you
Thanks.
so
And
much.
we'll see you. We'll invite you again on another time.
So CNMI, let's meet everybody at Kappa, the sub
So farmers, yeah.
our market.
Sabalu Farmers Market.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right, Steve. Thank you. Okay, po sa stingi, bisitata si Mr. Steve Jang. Bonito magay istorya was siya importante siya na fanhuzo. Kasi take a break for now. Data na open si Johnny Sublime.
And your voice is good. Just got that voice, right?
Undan, apa de todos santos manilu, manaynaw, soynaw, todos santos ganon, istan Marianas, sa iban, tinian, ruta, zanbuas. Bago po sa Manila, pagpagwili ng okasyon. At todos santos.
Okay. Thanks, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna be going to the studio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're in the computer system.
Yeah.
I want to buy the pound 99. I was negotiating the time.
Like
Where?
to you have say half a day, the
I was gonna buy pound 99.
just reach out.
To buy the radio station, the license.
Half a day. In the pretty islands of Marianas,
There's a lot of contract.
you see and hear the children sing. At the local
So
people
how
play
many
that
hours talking?
a simple greeting word called half a day. Happy smile on your face. You can bet you're in a friendly place. Really meaning what they say. Each time they simply say half a day. How are you? Half a day. Thank you. Half a day. Half a day. Half a day. All the tomorrow, say this word, and they say it many different ways. Chamorita girl, you softly say, hey, Abade. And if you ever need a native friend, or a helping hand along the way, friendly smile and talk some more style. Apa, 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 day. Apa, day, to my call on you. Apa, day, to my thank you. Apa, day, apa, day, apa, 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 day. Oh, I walk and talk, it's beautiful. Flying at walk, oh, I do. Oh, corazón, pues tu visita a un hija, la unidad de mata. I know nacía en ti. Corazón, oh, I see. Oh, corazón.
Alright, mala. Zatafan, sige mo na gini. Sumukan. I-programan Marianas Agupa. Sa hunggan magayad, wasya man gaigi man i-online sa dispensa Mr. Mafnas Eric. Si Brother Pedro Mendiola. Kalanlo audio. O sinimpad ko mala zatafan sige mo na gini. Sus Mosi, talo para si Steve Jang. May manita po ako na Sabalo. Tay kung estichiluta no dididi experience niya gibandan kumitsantin restaurant dan haflo ko siya no ha experience siya. Inigi komplikaw siya na hinanaon ekonomiya gini. Tadi pepindi siya gibandan turis, sa na bay nagtilaksi magi i-turis. Dadagin tilaksi turis pues tibulan na kinalanting no business. Especialmente sti bandan ning kano sa mula no mambibin din ning kano gini. La importante si ta mensyonan ang importante no maatan. Tay mano mas natanalala i industriya gini. Alright, pues wala, just nanangga tababay telefon pa ako para ato siya magawa interes niya man saunaw man zobdig gini. Gawin comments siya. Peter, alright. Sa tali si Peter, nagwagin ni Zonya no comment. Lokoy, gwa siya man masusisidigi islan gwaham. Gwa siya ti umaafakta siya Binalago Maga Haga, Lou de Leon Guerrero dyan Attorney General. Wa siya man masusuda siya no bineno gi opisina titatungo ko iganin eto siya na man maimbestiga no inigi siya man masuseside no giislan guaham pusti itudo do no todo tempo masya maones tinalugad gua siya no pinalatsa dyan ti tilaksi mo na kinalamting. Kasi ni gino na challenge na wala tata ang guwagan na wa interes na siya ginita diskute gi programa ta siya no ta lagnos gini. Alright? Guaha aktibidad konferensya gi islan guaham Tilacio konferensya gi Matsu March otro mes pero kinindukta ginin na grupo itano tasi zan todo na grupo konferensyan siya i gaga tasi i gulaling i tsotso zan siya i hafa siya na gaga ne manggaigi ne parata na fansofo para iman mamamayla siya na henerasyon. Kasi nagino na konferensya para masusedi otro mese, no? Islan Guaham. Puno dyan mamamayla na sabalo tatsuli mas informasyon po din na siya talag nusuzo. Para ato siya guwaintilis niya man saunaw ganaw konferensya. Konferensyan tano tasi zan todo. Bandan konserba man Frankas siya para ta konserba Frankas ginin manay nata zan para man mamamayla siya na kamagunta. So, mga man malefam fanelos na debut guaha atut sesti zan ilinala sa tawza balinya para ta konserba para ta Rubiniji, iman mamamayla siya na henerasyon zanginti man lala, iman ang tao tapos di piugwa balansa gini. Balansa muna i-half ta tsutsugwi. Lagin para ta imbenti sa lapita gini kitasi, importante loke na di piugwa ha Rubetsu zangwa ha ganansya. Lagin para ta protehi, pos debut atutsi ano zan i-balansa. Lo ini mamamayla otro mese no na konferensya ito masusiligi silang guaham. Na pwede manaatut siya no na hinaso na hunggang ta protehi siya i-urizata para iman mamamayla siya na henerasyon lo develop kayo atut siya no zan ilinala para ato siya na tawtoy manggaygi uriza siya na para tududuha para ta conservation isinya na para tududuha conservation sa taza economic development pues debut atut siya no affect sa no balansa mo na no sa gingwahay na yung conservation debut atut siya no muna sa ni economic development isinya na para umpatya kay manwa di masasangan na office din no mana fansua siya makritisisi sa si President Trump pud ato na desisyon na para mahutsumikilat gini ni southern border pud siya ibineno sa unes din na hemplo na tisya ng kastiga di man mafatto sa man masuplaplay drugs no za paraiso atan edzo siya sumuplaplay drugs. Debyon atan hoji loki i dumi mamanda i drugs. Supply and demand na sti. Pues di edzo para un kundena i sumuplaplay imo na fafatto. Ini ni southern border para watu United States. Developui ufan ma pena ajo siya man mamamahan i munanay demand sa tiu fattu watu i supply zangin taza demand. No, pues ini no i alibis niya istita sa sangan. Tuli tempo no kay gino gi diniskuti i half muna gwagwa debi ugay gizi half haji gumagago. Haji dumi mamanda. Gini i supply and i demand. Alright? So la jata na hujung istitalu gini i Joten Markets and Department Stores celebrating 75 years of serving the people of the CNMI shop, local shop Joten. Alright? Pues Sige, pago za i-klema para pago na sabalo fadelos talo. 80 ni po kay i-gradua. I-chansa ni po utsan tibula la chansanya. No, por lo menos 10% ha. Kusinya, atantan gi sa mapos. Law imanglo, ginin haja law go lutsan gi Tracy Mijas gi ora. Tingin para pago na sabalo. Mafatu talo mga gini ni Joten Markets and Department Store Shop. Local shop Joten celebrating 80 years pago na sakat of serving the people of the CNMI. Right? Iyan ang para pago na sabalo. Mala, tafansiga mo na gini. Tatalag nus loko esti time check. Alright. All right. Sila, scared, tú sabes que estamos por allá, mirando la tierra, será, cena, tú vas a regalar. Soy no, Alright, mala jata fan sige mo nagwini jata noyam sa talon dong kulo na si Luz Masi gwini iprograma Marianas Agupa. Lamat ti ora na para ta hutsum iprograma ta fanielos para tududo samzo. Uh, right. Talo si Luz Masi tudulo ki teleponek ta gagasta gwini ang sabalo kini ni ora na las 9 hasta ora na las 11. O sin mas talo la jata fan sige mo nagwini guati titi problem mo amis ti jota audio. Right. Lo sinin badgo mala jata fansiga mo na za pwede oto sa balot wa mas maulig izota recording wini talo ti umuzong isti i Facebook esta i Marianas Agupa YouTube pa dyan i 100.3 dyan i TuneIn Radio i Marianas Agupa dyan i KWAW streaming enoha isti ni humuhuzong i programata sin mas talo esta otro sábado si Diyos masi talo waho si Glenn H. Panglo niya nagway za inafamolik zampas para todo do samzo adios huway za hamzo esta otro sábado. Disposition,